So as people are becoming a little bit more health conscious, I've tried to make a all-out effort in introducing some freshly ground whole wheat into my pastries. So the project here is going to be a Dundee Cake, which is a really nice fruit cake. So what I'm going to do is, with this Como grain mill, I'm going to grind my own whole wheat flour. So the nice thing about this mill is that we can adjust the granule size as we're sort of milling it. So take a look. Obviously when this runs you won't be able to hear me anymore, but just watch. I'll hold it in my hand so you can see the different granule size. What I have in the bowl right now is nice and fine. So it's a great little tool. Highly recommended for the nutrition conscious baker to get one of these things. They're still affordable and they last a lifetime. So what we're working here is our Dundee fruit cake. What I have is my dry ingredients. I've got my eggs, I've got my honey and rum, I've got my macerated fruit, and in the bowl here I have my salt, my sugar, apricot jam, almond paste, and butter. And I'm going to cream that and then slowly add my room temperature eggs to make sure that I get a nice emulsification. You want to do that on about a medium speed setting, and while that is creaming, I take my dry ingredients and stir the components together. My whole wheat flour as well as my baking powder. That way I get a nice distribution before I put it into my mass. Once you have a nice aerated butter and sugar mixture, you slowly add your eggs. And wait between each addition till you have a nice emulsification. Once all the eggs are in, I add my rum and honey mixture in a slow, steady stream. So once you're done adding all the liquid ingredients, I add half of my dry ingredients, turn it back onto speed 1, incorporate the flour, making sure not to overwork it. Then immediately afterwards, I add my fruit that has been soaked and dried. And then I fold the remaining flour in by hand. So after we've got half our flour and all of our fruit in there, I take it off the mixer and fold in the rest of the dry ingredients by hand. The trick here is you don't want to overfold it so that it gets too tough. So I like doing this portion by hand. So we can use these tartlet pans, and for a size like this, I'd recommend filling it to about 250 grams of our batter. And then with an offset spatula, we're going to move the batter into a nice even surface. Clean the edge off with your finger. And then you can garnish the edge with some blanched whole almonds. After this, it's ready to go into the oven. I'd recommend baking these at about 350 degrees in a convection oven till they're nice golden brown. And then once cool, they're ready to enjoy. So once you're done with the Dundee cakes and they've cooled, they might stick just a little bit. So heating it over a little burner helps, and then it lifts right out. And then again, if the bottom is a little sticky, just carefully heat it over a little bit of a flame. Take an offset spatula. Release it. And then you can put it on a plate, and it's ready for service.